let me ask you something. If a man insists on building something bigger than his own house, but he's attaching it to his own house, like a man cave, bigger than his own house, but paid by people who need favors from him, what is he compensating for? Because that's exactly what Donald Trump's doing. This ballroom, the East Wing Ballroom, is now supposed to be 90,000 square feet. 90,000 square feet. Just so you know, the White House by itself, the residence, is 55,000 square feet. So this proposed ballroom is potentially significantly larger than where the president actually lives, and it's going to dwarf the Treasury building right by it. The East Room currently is the largest event space in the White House. It's 1,800 square feet, and if you've ever seen it, it's pretty small, it's tight. But you could fit that inside of this new ballroom dozens of times. This is the ego ballroom, compensating, obviously, for something. And look, CNN's renderings that they obtained, and these were deleted by the White House, show a massive gold accented hall attached to this East Wing, built to host hundreds of more guests. And it's being pitched as privately funding, as we all know, by donors, not taxpayers, donors. And we've already reported, and we've seen CNN say it, that millions have flowed to his inaugural committee and then towards the ballroom fundraising efforts. And that's all coming from corporate leaders, billionaires, people who want favors, all people that are potentially regulated by the federal government, people in finance, industry, tech like AI, and defense. So before you get outraged, let's talk about this. Let's look at how the math works. Let's say you're a CEO and you're writing a few $billion check to help build a 90,000 square foot monument attached to the White House. And maybe that CEO's company is seeking merger approval, or tax relief, or tariff relief, regulatory adjustments, that investigation to go away, seeking federal contracts that you don't want to, say, bribe. Instead, you want it to be a donation. Same mechanics. And a federal judge has already said, hey, I'm not sure about the legal oversight here. I'm not sure about the funding structure here. Not because of a chandelier, not because of the size of the ballroom, because of the precedent it puts in place. We know that the White House is run by a public trust. It is a historic complex. Trump has turned this into a development opportunity, a donation opportunity. Presidents don't usually raise private money from regulated industries to physically expand his executive space, especially while those industries have business with our own government. And there's a reason for that. The optics here aren't good, not at all. You cannot put lipstick on this pig at all. Now back to how big this thing is, this ballroom. 90,000 square feet, think about it. Larger than a luxury hotel, larger than an NBA practice facility, larger than the residence, larger than anything that we've seen in the area of the White House. The current White House, they've hosted state dinners for more than 2 centuries. During World Wars, Cold War summits, civil rights legislation, inaugurations, peace treaties, all without this mega hall, all with gold leaf everywhere. It's not about the capacity. The White House made do. It's about scale. It's about Trump measuring strength in visible size. Taller towers, bigger logos, more gold, more shine. Doesn't matter if it's empty, it just has to be bigger, bolder, more gold. And now, that instinct's pointed right now at the White House itself. When your first instinct is to when you regain power, is to make the building attached to your house bigger than what you already have, that is insecurity, my friends. Insecurity in construction form. And here's the dangerous part. When the enlargement is financed by the executives whose companies rely on federal decisions and federal oversight, that's dangerous. Because again, think about how this is working. A donor contributes millions of dollars. The ballroom gets built, but when a regulator calls, they answer the call faster. The merger goes through more smoothly. A late night show gets shut down. A tariff shifts quietly, like Paramount. No envelope sliding across a table. Influence just needs proximity to power. And nothing says proximity like writing a check to expand the physical footprint of executive power. That's exactly how an oligarchy operates in an Armani suit. Not with $50,000 sacks of cash handed over, sorry Tom, but it comes from architectural renderings and private funding, gala invitations, all in a hall that's bigger than the president's own house. The White House is supposed to belong to the people. It's the people's house, not to whichever billionaire wants their name etched in gold visibly into the drywall. If this were about public function and whether or not the White House can actually sustain the events it has, Congress would debate about it. They would fund it transparently. If it were about preservation, historians, they would lead the charge here. Instead, it's donor-driven, driven by the rich and powerful, and attached to a presidency that's already been investigated and rumored to have corporate entanglements that are completely, allegedly illegal. And we're supposed to believe it's just about hosting more guests and improving security. And the gold trim is about modesty, right? Because when somebody insists on showing off something that big, that visible, that fast, paid for by the people, it's paid for by the people that need something from him. And it's fair to question exactly who's getting what out of it and what the president's trying to prove. Because power, it doesn't need square footage. The only thing that needs square footage is insecurity. Doesn't it seem like our feeds are getting filled with more and more BS right-wing MAGA content? It's no secret that all these top tech bros are in love with the current regime, so it's no surprise that independent left-leaning media is being squashed by the algorithm. If you like our content and content like us, it doesn't take long to click that thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe. So please help us keep the truth alive.